imagine that you want to animate size of this icon from 0 to 1 on frame 50, and from frame 70 you want to go down again to 0. Instead of a lot of keyframings, you just need to go to keyframes tab and you highlight these keyframes, hold Ctrl, drag it to frame 70, highlight these two keyframes and type in V, which stands for reverse. So you scale it up and automatically going down. If you have fun creating composition in Fusion but you still find it difficult and complicated, today I will walk you through with a few very useful tips and tricks which will definitely help you improve your workflow and speed up editing process. I can guarantee you will learn something new today and make your time in Fusion more enjoyable. I've been editing in DaVinci for about 4 years now, so I feel quite confident in this software, but every time I edit, I discover something new because there is so much to learn. So let's explore these things today together. First of all, I'm gonna show you how to save node tree. Let's open Fusion composition, and before we jump into Fusion, I want to show you something. So let's say below Fusion composition you have a roll and you want to do something on this a roll, and to do that then you need to grab background, connect it to the media out, and then you need to grab media in, connect it to the background, and now you're in the position where you can start animating something on a roll. But instead of that, look, I type in BG plus connected and I'm already here. It took me like a few seconds instead of half a minute because I've already saved this node tree. So I'll show you how to save that. You need to highlight 3 of them. So I'll show you what is in here. So this is alpha background with alpha 0 and media in connected to this background by merge. What you need to do, you need to highlight these 3 nodes and you need to go to settings, save as, and you need to just type in the name of this node tree. So I'm gonna type in BG++ and I can delete it. And now when I hit shift space and type in BG++, there you go. You have saved node tree and you can save your time. Another tip is using hotkeys. So in my case, if I want to have a background, I just type in B and I have a background. If I want to have a transform, I type in T. If I want to have ellipse, I type in E. If I want to have a polygon, I type in P. And if I want to have a rectangle, I type in R. Now I'm gonna show you how to set up your hotkeys in Fusion. So what you need to do, you're going to Ctrl Shift Space and type in hotkeys. And then you need to go to views, you need to go to flow, new, and set up your hotkeys. So I wanna save fast noise. So I'm gonna type in F. So I'm gonna type in again, it doesn't work for some reason straight away. So you've got F and you need to go to tools, generators, and I will find fast noise here, click OK. Okay, again. So I need to type in just F and I've got fast noise ready here. And you can do it with every node that you want to have by your hand. This is amazing and that saves me loads of time. Another thing that you can save your nodes as default. So for example, let's go with rectangle and let's go to inspector. In default, you have these settings in rectangle. But if you would like to change it, let's say we're gonna open versions here and first version will be as standard as it is. And second version, I want to change it to, let's say, width 0.25 and height with 0.25 as well. And I want to see it in the left viewer. Okay, it looks like that. Third version, I'm gonna go to height, hit expression here and type in width times 1920 by 1080 because my timeline is like that. And now when you use width, you always have a square here. And I want to leave it as it is, let's say 0.25. And I think that's it. I've got 3 versions in this rectangle. And I want to come back to version number 1. And now I'm gonna click right mouse button on this rectangle node tree and I'm going to settings and I'm gonna save it as default. Okay, I'm gonna delete this rectangle, and now when I grab the rectangle now in default, I've got 3 versions of them. Okay, and this tips saves me lots of time because I've got many nodes which I save in default, some settings which are very useful for me in my editing workflow. And here I would like to show you how to navigate in complex node tree. This node tree, at least for me, is not very complex, but sometimes I navigate in more complex node tree, more complex Fusion composition. So in this case, let's say if you use camera very often and you've got plenty of nodes here, and let's say you are here, you create something here in this area of composition. By the way, you can type in V and you have navigation map here, okay, so you can move around like that. Usually I switch it off, I don't need that. So if you're looking for camera but you're tired, you don't know where is camera, it's difficult for you to find it because you absorbed by many other things which you're still learning and you want to quickly find the camera. So what I recommend is the shortcut Ctrl F. You just type in camera and straight away camera is highlighted. Another tip for navigation in note area is bookmarks. So here you've got these 3 dots and here we got bookmarks. And I show you how it works. First of all, let's say we want to divide this note tree in half and I want to go with underlay here. Okay, and I want to hold Alt and name it part 1, and I want to do the same here. So Shift space underlay, and I want to name this underlay part 2. Okay, I know why it doesn't work. So this I named this part 2. I don't know, for some reason. So rename that to part 1 and that will be part 2. And now when you go to bookmarks, straight you've got everything what is in underlays, okay? So if you want to go to part 1, there you go. If you want to go to part 2, there you go. And you can create bookmarks as well. So let's say you want to be close to the camera like that, and you can add a bookmark and you can name it camera. Okay, add it, and let's say you're somewhere here and you want to go to camera quickly, so you just go to these 3 dots and you need to go to camera. Okay, and I don't know, let's say you want to create bookmark media out for some reason, media out, you add this, and now you've got you can go to bookmarks and you can choose, you get list of bookmarks so you can navigate in the note area. So you go here, you want to go to media out, which you're already there. So let's say we want to go to part 2, go, and you're straight away there. So this is really helpful to navigate in the note area. Highly recommend using bookmarks. It's very helpful, and in complex note tree that can help you to find notes which you're looking for. And guys, another tip, if you'd like to navigate in note area, if you click right mouse button in empty space, so you can arrange tools. They can be to grid, to connected, as well as we can go to options. So you can change something here. Let's drag some note tree, which I've already saved. So we've got this note tree. I use like grid, so the all note tree is snapped to grid. You can turn off the grid if you like. Show grid, you can switch it off. You can't see grid now, can you? I want to see it, and you can switch off these green lights which are responsible for instance connection, but I want to see them. You can have orthogonal pipes, which works like that. I don't like use them. I've noticed some people prefer this method. I didn't find it useful, but it works like that. But you can change that to direct pipes, so it's like that. And as you can see, my nodes are snapped to grid, but you can change that. You need to switch it off to grid, okay? So they are loose like that. But I like this method, they connect to grid. I prefer that. Anyway, if we are with connection with pipes, so what you can do, you can hold Control when you are in the pipe, hold Control, and you can arrange something like that. Hold Control and you can some square which are connected, so in between you can put some other things, other nodes, and you can use let's say we're gonna go here, force active tile picture. So let's say every node you touch, every node you select, they gonna be like tile bigger. If you like it, you can have it, let's say you can force every mask is tile picture. So if we you see in this node tree, I've got polygons, so they are forced to be tile picture to be bigger. If you grab rectangle, rectangle is big now, same as ellipse. They tile picture in this size format. What I usually do, guys, highly recommend that if you got some complex node tree, what I do, as you can see here, all polygons are big tile picture because they have got animation inside. You can always see that by keyframes here, same as here. I didn't make it bigger, these text nodes. For some reason, I can't remember why, but anyway, you can have them bigger. This is how I work. If I've got many compositions in my timeline, and if I jump into some particular one, so straight away I can see which node I'm supposed to use if I would like to modify anything. Another thing I would like to show you is creating your toolbar. You can make it your own. This is in default, actually not in default, I created my own like that. But in default, this is a toolbar which you're supposed to see in your default Fusion composition when you open new Fusion composition. If you didn't change anything here, it looks like that. You can create your toolbar. So let's say you can name it addictive frames. Let's say you want to have a masks on the left, right? So you move rectangle, ellipse, polygon, and B-spline here. I don't know this node tree yet. Multi-polygon, okay. You can add divider here. So you have divider and you got the rest of them. And you can add any node you would like to have. I don't know. For example, after mask, you would like to have nodes which are necessarily to creating 3D space, 3D composition. So I would like to have transform 3D. If I want to have, I don't know, renderer 3D, camera 3D, and let's say merge 3D, and I want to have it here. So now let's go. We're gonna have a merge, transform, renderer, and camera over here, okay? And I want to add divider here, add divider, and I know here I've got 4 necessary nodes which I need to creating 3D composition, and I've got mask here. As you can see, customize, and you can rename addictive frames, you can remove addictive frames. This is a few toolbars I've got, but I barely use it. However, this is how it looks like. Toolbar, good to have it if you want to grab something quickly like mask and the other stuff just in the toolbar. I want to focus on timeline here. So I would like to show you something. Let's say you want to do something between frames 20 and frame 100. So what you need to do, you need to go to frame number 20 here in timeline, holding control and go to frame number 100. And let's say that's gonna be a background with some icon. Let's go with this brain and connect it here. And I want to do something with this brain. Let's go to this to the left viewer. I want to from frame 20. Again, I want to change size and I need to go this to frame 100 and I want to change its size to 1. And now I've got a loop. This is in loop. So from frame 20 to 100, it's gonna be shown in the loop again and again. And if you want to come back to the normal, you don't need to drag it, this yellow line, to the right and left. You just need to hold control, double click, and everything come back to the normal. So holding control, let's go from left to right. So you holding control and start from left to right, you create your timeline. Just edge if you want to use just part of the timeline. So let's come back to normal and I want to show you, let's reset that transform and go with this to the left. Let's say you want to place this icon in few points, okay? So you go to transform here and from frame 0, animate center here, and you go some frames further, you move it there, and now you move it there, and here, you go in there, and here, you go with that there. And now if you want to jump between keyframes, you don't need to use your mouse and go there to 10, 32. You can do it like that. You can use these arrows here. Shortcut for that is holding Alt and you need to use square brackets. So to the right, you need this bracket, and to the left, and that's you can navigate between your keyframes. Okay, and last but not least, I want to show you layout presets in Fusion. So you need to go to workspace, layout presets, Fusion presets. So we've got default presets and we want to go to first test left flow. So it works like that. You've got Fusion area, node area on the left, and we've got viewer here, and you will have inspector here. And when we open media pool, they on the left. Okay, it looks like that. So next we're gonna go to workspace and test another preset, Fusion preset, and left flow vertical. So it looks like that. The difference is only that you got first viewer on the top and second on the bottom, and inspector is, as I can see, always on the right. And next we're gonna go and test mid flow. So as you can see, media pool is on the bottom, and you've got viewers on the left, inspector here, and node area is squeezed in the middle, but you can always change the viewer, put viewer to the left, and you can close media pool, and then it's bigger. And I want to go to the last one, and layout preset, Fusion presets, and let's go to mid flow vertical. And here we go, you got viewer here and media pull down here and node tree in the middle here, squeeze like that. Okay, that's it guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you found it useful. Thanks for staying with me until the end of the video. If you have some ideas, if you have your methods, your tips and tricks, please leave them in the comment section below. Share them with others, and this way we can develop this amazing DaVinci Resolve community. If you'd like to learn more about creating nice magical composition in Fusion, I highly recommend you watching this video next. See you there guys, bye.